Hello, I'm the Thunkable Beaver, and welcome back to Thunkable, the platform where anyone can build their own mobile apps without having to code. Where we last left off, you had just completed the beginner app building tutorial series. Hey, good for you! Now it's time for some next level thunking. Intermediate app building. In these tutorials, we will be building 10 intermediate apps together. So let's get started. If you remember back to the first video of the beginner app building series, we learned how to build an app that would change colors when we clicked a button. The only problem was that you could only change the button once. Hey you, why don't change back? Change, hey! Mom! Mom, there's a problem with my app! We are going to learn how to make an app that can go back and forth between two colors, like a light switch. Then, we will use these skills to make an app where we can switch between Batman and Bruce Wayne. Let's call this app Intermediate App 1. Intermediate App 1. Batman App. Batman App. Let's begin by dragging and dropping a button onto the screen. Hello, button. Good to see you. And let's change the button's color to black. And we can do that over here. Let's see, black color. And next, let's set the button's height and width to fill parent, which is going to make the button the full size of the screen. And finally, let's scroll down on the right-hand side to change the button's text to click me. Click me. Great. And let's make the font color white so we can actually see it. Fantastic. That's all we need to do for the design. Let's block it out. Now this app is all about button clicks. So let's go into the block options for button 1. And we're going to start with this block right over here. When button1.click, do. So go ahead and drop that into the blocks editor over here. And we need a combination that will work like a light switch. Basically, when we click the button, we want it to turn red. But if we click it again, we want it to go back to black. A button like this is really easy to program. So let's go over to the control section over here. This section has blocks that are used for making decisions. And the block that we want is the very first one. It says, if then. Go ahead and thunk that into the button 1 block. Fantastic thunk. So here is where we say, when button 1 is clicked, if the button's background color is red, change it to black. Now we just went into the control section, which is used for making decisions. There's another section which is used to describe those decisions. That's the logic section over here. Let's go ahead and select an equal block, which basically just says something equals something. So go ahead and thunk that into the if-then block. Now, what do we put in this block? We want to say if the button's background color equals black. So let's go into the options for the button, and we're going to look for the button1.background color block, which is right over here. Have you found it? Go ahead and thunk it into the opening on the equal block. Great, over here. Now we want the color to be black. Here's a next level feature that I think you're ready for. Instead of looking for the black block and going into all the blocks and searching for things, why don't we just type the word black? See how it appears on the screen? Click enter on your keyboard. Oh, and there it is. Thunk it in over here. So you can actually do this trick for every single block. It definitely helps save time, and that's more time that you could spend reading about Joe Biden. Hey Joe Biden. Hope you're doing well. Thinking about you. So this combination says, if the button's color equals black, and if it's black, then we need to tell the app to turn the button's color to turn red. So let's type set button1.background color to, set button1.background color to, great, hope you have that as well. Click enter, and there it is, that's the block we want. Come over here, you rascal. And go ahead and thunk that into the then opening. Great. Now we want to change the background color to red. So let's just copy and paste a black color block. And let's change it to red. And we can just thunk that into the opening. Fantastic work! So this will turn the button's color from black to red. But how do we turn it back? Well, if we click on this little symbol over here, it gives us some more block options. So let's select the block that says else, which means otherwise, and we can just drop it into the opening over here. So now this entire combination is saying, when the button is clicked, if the background color is equal to black, turn the color red. Otherwise, else, do something else. Well, we just want to say the opposite, really. So, otherwise, set the color to be black. And that's very easy to do because we already have the blocks out there. So let's just select this block and copy and paste. And we can thunk it into the opening over here. And we just need to change the color from red to black. Fantastic work! So now when we click the button, if the button's color, it will be red. And if it's already red and we click the button, it will go back to black. Let's see this in action. Now this combination works for a lot of different things. I'm going to upload 2 images for the button. The first image is of Batman, a superhero who is afraid of bats. And the second image that I'm going to upload is of Bruce Wayne, and that's Batman's secret identity. And he is also afraid of bats. So now the button is of the image of Bruce Wayne. While we're here, let's also delete the text. So now it doesn't say click me, it will just have the picture of Bruce Wayne. And let's go back to the blocks. So we basically want to go back and forth between Bruce Wayne and Batman. And if you couldn't do this, Batman would just be stuck as Batman. And that would be ridiculous. So let's change all of these blocks from background color to image. This is another cool feature of Thunkable. You don't always have to get new blocks. If it's a related block, you can usually just change it on the screen like this. So, changing from background color to image, lots of options. And let's just get rid of these color blocks. Delete, this one, delete, delete. Great. And let's replace the color blocks with blank text blocks. So let's type in text, and do a few copy and pastes. And let's go ahead and thunk them right in. And let's have this say, if button 1 image equals, and let's type in the exact file name of the Bruce Wayne picture, which is brucewayne.jpg. Then set button 1 image to, and then we just change this one to batman.jpg. Else, set button 1 image to brucewayne.jpg.
Thunkable Batman.
Thunkable Batman. Fantastic work! In our next tutorial, we're going to make an app that will allow you to share images with your friends. And if you don't have any friends, don't worry. High school doesn't last forever. Just ask Joe Biden. I will always be your friend. See you next time, and thanks for thunking!